But unlike any other speaker we've had, he's had the courage to talk about a long-term plan and to get at the real drivers of debt. And we all know what they are. We all know it's Social Security. We all know it's Medicare. We all know it's Medicaid. No president of either side has been willing to deal with this. No speaker of either side has been willing to deal with this. This is a guy that wants to create a debt commission, a bipartisan debt commission, and get at the roots of our spending problem. That takes courage.
Don Bacon there, Republican from Nebraska, sort of lays out to CNN's Jake Tapper why Republicans didn't get on board with Jim Jordan. And there were 3 buckets of Republicans that he sort of carves out. 1 are the diehards, 2 are the people who didn't like that he's not playing by the rules effectively, and 3 are the moderates. So take a look at him sort of breaking it down, and then we'll discuss.
You have some group that's worked with him going back 10 years, and they've worked with him on appropriations. More senior folks where he's created a lot of chaos. I'm in the other camp where I don't like how he got here, right? He got here with a small number of Jordan backers, who 8 of them, for example, 7 of them backed him, but there was 8 total. That was vacated the chair in Kevin McCarthy. And then we voted for Steve Scalise, and he got the majority vote. And then we had 5 Jordan backers say they would never vote for Steve, right, but would only vote for Jim Jordan right after Steve won. And also at the same time, Jim Jordan told everybody that he would only get behind Steve if he had 217 votes. That is not our rules.
So there's Don Bacon of Nebraska basically saying, like, Jordan's not playing by the rules, which is majority. You get the majority, you vote for the majority. Scalise had the majority. What are we doing? So Jordan wouldn't back Scalise in the same way that it seems like Scalise might back Jordan, and others would back Jordan as well. So he's pissed that Jordan's not playing by those rules. The third group he doesn't even mention that we've talked about a lot are those Republicans in those swing districts, the Republicans who represent, this is graphic 7, competitive districts, places where Joe Biden won 2020 and a Jordan speakership could be toxic. You got Representative John James, Lori Chavez, DeRemer, Bacon, Kiggins, and Gonzalez. A subset of these lawmakers are Republicans from New York who represent solidly Biden districts like Lawler, LaLota, Garbarino, and Anthony Desposito. So they're all kinds of messed up right now, right? To the point where they're going potentially with the speaker pro tempore, Patrick McHenry. But I have a lot of more thoughts on this, but Mondale, please jump in.
Yeah, I think that list of names you just read, it reads like how Democrats get their majority back. I don't know why right now they're not in those districts up on TV, on radio, and mailing out information about what the Republicans are doing and why this country is so dysfunctional as it pertains to protecting our democracy. So I think the Democrats, once again, are missing an opportunity. And I think this is also why Republicans like Bacon are being so vocal against Jim Jordan, who was nothing more than a lapdog for Donald Trump during his administration. And I think what we see the unraveling or the pathway to unravel Donald Trump's strength over Republicans. While it plays well in primaries, Republican primaries, it does not play well in legislating. It does not play well in control, and it definitely doesn't play well with getting things done in Washington, D.C. So I'm extremely happy about where we find ourselves. I enjoy the messiness that is the Republican Party right now in the House of Representatives.
Yes, amen. And like, especially like New York Democrats, get your stuff together. Like, everything was redistricted, not in your favor. Like, come on, you cost us Congress last time around. Get your stuff together. Like, yes, pound the pavement, knock the doors, send out the mailers, because these could absolutely be swing districts, and we could regain control of the House and actually get stuff done for the American people. Before we go, you gotta know that Jim Jordan's like stooges are sending out text messages to Don Bacon's wife. So I guess wives and family members of people who aren't voting for Jordan or are pissed at Jordan. So this is a text message that Don Bacon shared with the NBC saying, why is your husband causing chaos by not supporting Jim Jordan? I thought he was a team player. This is from Don Bacon's wife. Who is this? Oh, so now you have nothing to say? This was great. Your husband will not hold any political office ever again. What a disappointment and failure he is. And then she writes, he has more courage than you. You won't put your name to your statements. Like, what is this? Like, this is, and again, These are all the tactics that Republicans usually reserve for Democrats, usually reserve for elected officials. This is like doxing, stalking, psycho stuff. They're just sending text messages to people's wives. Yeah, that's not gonna win you any favors. That is like mafia tactics. Mondale, have the last word and we'll go. Oh wait, you muted yourself.
I mean, it's true. What else are we supposed to say as other than it's like mafia tactics? The idea that this is like you can literally send death threats to someone, wife. This is exactly what I was talking about in the last segment. But the fact that they'll pretend that they don't know who did it and how it happened, it's ridiculous because it happened as soon as he voted against him. This is not enough time for anybody that's not closely linked to Jordan to not have a role in this. So I wish they were investigating this. However, they will say this is not a real true threat because it wasn't possible to carry it out at that moment. This is ridiculous. This is nasty politics, but this is Donald Trump's world.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the culture that he created.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.